Namaste, welcome to Vedanga classes. In this video, we are going to understand the verbs and the types of verbs. Let's start with the verbs. Verbs are words that are describe the actions, states, or occurrences. They express what the subject of the sentence is doing, like action, the state they are in, like a state of being, or what is happening, like a occurrence. Examples are read, is, have, and it. It means it expresses the action of a particular person or a state of being or what is going to happen, like an occurrence. Let's start with the types of verbs. First one is action verbs. Verbs are referring to action are those that involves the movement of one's body in a one way or the other, human or animal or a living things. It describes the action of a particular person or a particular animal or a birds or a living things. For example, he runs fast. Run, write, sit. These are examples of action verbs. Next one is a linking verbs. Linking verbs are a connects the subject of the sentence to the subject of complement. It means it connects the subject to the object. For example, is, was, were, and are. Next one is a helping verbs and modal verbs. Helping verbs also known as a auxiliary verbs are verbs that are assist the main verbs in a sentence by providing additional meaning such as a tense, mood, or a voice. For example, to be forms have, do. To be forms like a am, is, are, have, has, had, do, did, does. These forms are come under the helping verbs. Next one is a modal verbs. Modal verbs are auxiliary verbs that express the necessity, possibility, permission, ability, and likelihood. Which means modal verbs are describes the possibility of happening or taking a permission. It helps to take a permission and a requesting, and these verbs are used to say the likelihood. These words are can, could, might, must, will, would. These are the examples of a modal verbs. Next one is a regular verbs. Regular verbs are it follows a predictable pattern when forming their past tense and a past participle. Typically, this involves adding ed to the base form to the verbs. Regular verbs are those words which is related to the like a form, past tense and past participle, and it is a end with the ed. For example are given work, worked, worked. The simple present is a worked is a past tense, and worked is a past participle. Next one is a irregular verbs. Irregular verbs are do not follow a specific pattern when forming their past tense and a past participle. Like a past tense to the past participle. Go, went, gone. Eat, ate, eaten. There is a changes in these forms. Next one is a phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are a combination of verb and one or a more participle, either as an adverb or a preposition, that create a new meaning different from the original verb alone. It will combination of a verb and a adverb or a preposition. It is called as a phrasal verbs. Examples are give up and wake up. Next one is a transitive verbs. Transitive verbs are a verbs that are required a direct object to complete their meaning. They require the direct object for completing the meaning. For example, ate, jumped, and invited. Next one is a dynamic verbs. Dynamic verbs is also known as action verbs. That verbs are verbs that describe the physical or a mental actions or a processes. It also same as the action verbs. It shows action, and it includes the actional verbs. For example, run, eat, jump. Last one is a static verbs. A typically refer to states of mind, emotion, thoughts, possession, or senses. It includes the emotion of a person, thoughts of a person, or a possession. For example, believe, like, no. Like my video, share my video, and subscribe my channel. Hit the bell icon to get more notification about my video. Thank you.